Hello everybody and welcome to today's Section 5 matchup between the Hornell Red Raiders and the visiting Wellsville Lions from Maple City Park. I'm Bob Peischer, broadcasting from the Maple City Dodge broadcast booth. Live stream on Facebook. I apologize if there's any kind of jumpy video movement. Someone can notify me. We always have trouble here in Hornell. We're on a Verizon hotspot, so because the school system is down here at the stadium. Hornell started out hot with starting out 4-0 and then dropping their last two to Wellsville and Waco and Bath. Wellsville comes in at 2-1-1. Wellsville's head coach is Matt Johngin. Here we go. Ball's going to be out of bounds with a Hornell throw-in. Tommy Kuhn. Hornell mixing up the lineup a little bit here after coming off those two losses. They figure they've got to do something to right the ship. Yes. Kane Countryman, Hornell's comes in as Hornell's goal leader. Max O'Connor in goal for the Red Raiders. It's going to find its way out. Another Hornell throw-in. They're the guys that run the most, I think. The guys that have to go to the corner kicks and the throw-ins. Tommy Kuhn's the one ahead of that. It comes back to Kuhn. He's going to send it to the center. Will McNellis sends it in. Good decision. I mean, he probably obviously could have kicked it better. Everyone can kick it better, but I think he knew right there he might have been called for offsides if he didn't make an attempt at the goal. Not him, but one of his teammates. Down the side, Ian Cornish. Over to Countryman. Countryman looks to center. McNellis is there. McNellis waited a little bit too long there, and it's stolen away by Wellsville, but it's going to go back to Hornell on the near side throw-in. There's Kuhn again. Comes to the near side. Gets it over to Rose. There it goes, Cornish. Centers. Oh. Fight Countryman down there. And finally, going to be cleared out by Graham. That's David Graham for Wellsville. Try to get it up front. And not really cleared that time, but good enough as it's sent down. Nobody's back on defense. The closest person is number 12, Kuhn. They're going to continue to play it, and it's kind of trickled in there as Max O'Connor. No challenge to him. Saw some people hit the deck. I wasn't sure. I wasn't paying attention that close, but no call on anything. hot day here. It says 80 degrees out, but it's got to be like 90 something in the sun. Again, a live game here on Facebook Live. Countryman centers it, Rose. Oh, and then finally cleared out by Wellsville. That was number 7, Keegan O'Grady, I think, that cleared that. It's going to give Hornell a chance as Taylor Stutzman will do the honors for the no ball boys again. Is my big complaint. If I keep complaining, maybe they'll do something about it. You go to every game out of town, and even the girls' game, the girls have ball girls, you know. Boys never seem to get them. Stutzman centers a little bit too long. There's a head by Countryman, and it's going to go over into the track area. There is a ball boy. See him over there? He's running. Take it back. Good. I don't know who that is, but we're going to give him some live cred here. Back to the action, though, as it goes. Send that out. Reset the defense for Wellsville. Rose has it, finally stolen away, but it's going to go back to, nobody decided who they wanted it. That's Enrique Bolus, the foreign exchange student. One thing I think I would like to see if they're going to try to right the ship a little bit is bring Trevor Aldrich up into a midfielder position or an attack position. You know, try it earlier, mix it up a little bit here. I know he's a great defenseman and you need him, but I think his leg is wasted back here sometimes. Just my thought, maybe bring some of these defensemen up and, I mean, obviously I'm not trying to second guess anybody, it's just my observation here of watching the team. I don't practice with them, obviously, but it'd be kind of neat to see that different mix up there. Here we go, Matt Smith looking for someone to open. Finally passes to the near side, Ian Cornish, and then knocked out of bounds that time again by Keegan O'Grady, the senior. And good job by Kuhn to block the attack that time. Rose up front. It's going to find its way up to the goalkeeper that time. Gage Caldwell is listed as the goalkeeper for Wellsville. He's the only goalkeeper listed number 8, but it doesn't look like it's number 8 on the back of his jersey, so I have to do a little research on that. Rose sends it up. Kane Countryman. Look at that fight by Kane. Good job, Kane. That's what you need to do. Yeah, take it in yourself. Oh, off the crossbar. That's a good decision. You saw the goalkeeper coming out. I know announcing, I announce like I coached basketball and stuff. I'm critical of the players sometimes, but I also give credit to when credit's due, and that was beautiful by Kane. Bolus. Oh, and is that going to be offsides or potentially dangerous? No? Oh, it is going to be a kick here. Of course, now you got to go through the 10-second ritual of making sure everyone backs up. 10 yards. It's kind of a waste of time. They always think they're going to try to get away with it or whatever, you know. But everyone directly between the goal and the kick here has to. Hornell's big chance here. Of course, you got to go through the wall. Oh, and a little bit too high and far. But I think that was your best bet, especially when you're direct on like that. There's no way you're going to be able to bend it, you know, around in that distance. So.
Join Connors and Ferris in supporting the Kelly Tough Every Score, benefiting Hunter's Hope.
Every time the Bills score, children win.
For more information, visit ConnorsandFerris.com.
If you get hurt at work, you want to be able to turn to a professional you can trust, someone on your side. Call 262-COMP today and get the results you deserve.
Connors and Ferris, committed to serving you.
The only common opponent they've played each other is Waco, and Wellsville tied Waco. Hornell got beat 2-0 against Waco here at home. Centers. It's going to be caught in there by Caldwell. Now it says 0 on his uniform. They don't have a 0 listed on the roster, so my guess is still it's Caldwell. It's got to be very hot down there on the turf. Ooh, Kuhn comes in and Bolzmann, not intended. I don't think they both kind of came together. That time running into number 3, Colby Griffith. So Grady getting ready to kick. Oh, kicks it short here. Sends it up. It's Graham with it in the corner. And finally sent to the near side out of bounds by Rose. Nice little stop that time and sent in, but O'Connor's got it. That was number 2, Alex Ordway for Wellsville. Again, O'Connor has it. Sent forward. Time it's going to make its way out. I'd like to thank Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys with offices in Buffalo and Rochester. Connors and Ferris, proud supporters of the Buffalo Bills, Buffalo Sabres, and your Hornell Red Raiders. Thanks, Connors and Ferris. Thomas gets it to the far side. A little head in there. Nice little way to keep with it, Tommy. Or, no, I'm sorry, that's Stutzman. My fault. It's hard, I'm glaring into the sun here. Oh, that was Tommy cueing that time. As the ball is, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I'm not so jerky, herky-jerky. The ball's going to trickle into Caldwell. Headed back by Rose. Countryman. Sent back to Aldrich. See, I like to see Aldrich in this position right here. And he's coming up with a little bit of a limp. Little hitch in his giddy up, they say. Backerink is getting ready to check in for Hornell. Sent in, and it's going to go out. It's going to give Hornell a corner kick, I do believe. Yeah, okay. I knew that looked like a corner kick opportunity. I'd like to welcome those watching on Peisch Sports Facebook Live page. If you're re-watching this on YouTube or whatever, you can watch games live on Peisch Sports YouTube page. Sent in. Ooh, yeah, I was going to say, you got to call something from there. That time, Seth Winan had a good beat on it and gets leveled as Rose actually kicking it so quick, I don't think his own team knew what was going on there. Stutzman can't get control of it. And sent down. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It's going to have another substitute change. I'd like to thank Maple City Dodge on the Airport Seneca Road. Their combination to 2018's Dodge and Chryslers are in. Stop up to Maple City Dodge. See Gary Harwood and his staff. Richie and John Birch as well. I remember as a kid, Maple City Dodge being right next to the American Legion in Hornell. It was a small dealership at the time and then expanded to what it is today. Bill Birch, longtime member with me in the Hornell Kiwanis Club. Kiwanis Club's a great organization. If you ever want to do something to help. Oh, come on, that was kind of a weak send. That's even worse. Oh, and Caldwell's able to punch it out, so still going to bring a Hornell corner kick. Nolth-Nagel Realtors now Howard Hannist. Call Rhonda Wilson at 382-4539. Thanks, Rhonda, for all your support. Ooh, a little bit too far. And it's finally going to be cleared out. Back to Carson. Challenged in there. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's still anybody's ball. Finally coming down with it was Pacey Scott. I wonder if his parents were, I don't know, they would be, if he is, let's see, Pacey Scott is a senior, so I was going to say fans of Dawson's Creek, they had a character named Pacey. I think it was a girl, though, but could be either or. But he would be 18, and that show wasn't on 18 years ago. I think it was a little less than that. Maybe it was. Eesh. I forget it is 2017. Up front, Stutzman. Ooh, Stutzman kind of went it after, but taken away on a trip. Countryman's going to have a shot from there. Hope he's all right, but he was breaking free that time. Needs to stretch out. He'll be all right. Doesn't want to have to come out. Although Nolan Roselle is getting ready to check in. What's important here with a hot day, like I said, it's got to be in the 90s or more on that field, is to keep everyone hydrated and subbing out, making sure nobody cramps up. Oh, that was a good secondary kick by his back leg that time, and two Hornell players come together. It's going to be a kick. And so like I said, Nolan Roselle checks in, David Graham for Wellsville.
Our customers expect the highest level of sales and service here at Maple City Dodge.
I buy my cars at Maple City Dodge because they have the best service. I tell them what I want, they get me what I want, and I'm happy.
I came to Maple City Dodge because they had the Charger that I wanted. I'll come back to Maple City Dodge because of their sales and service.
Come on down to Maple City Dodge where we make buying a car easy and fun.
With offices at the corner of Church and Genesee Street, thanks John Dagan for all your support. Call 324-6690. John Dagan. We heard the fire trucks earlier, now the ambulance. Must be an accident somewhere. One of the worst sounds you can hear. There's two bad sounds. You know that when you hear an ambulance, and you also hear the local medevac helicopter going over, which goes directly over my house. Always give a sign of the cross and pray that whoever is getting a ride is going to be all right. Funny story I talk about when my dad had his stroke and he was going to be shipped to Rochester. He wanted to go on the helicopter. He goes, oh, yeah, he was still conscious and being able to talk and stuff. And I want to go on the helicopter. And it was January 20th or whatever it was. As we get it centered and finally cleared out of there. And Dr. Rob Shaw goes, did the scan and knew that it was bad and said, no, we're going to send you by ambulance. And my dad goes, okay, as long as they turn the sirens on and the lights. He had a great sense of humor right up till he passed, but Rose with it. Looking for someone to pass it to. Stutzman's there. Is he going to be able to make it? Oh, just a little too far. And actually, Stutzman had to reverse direction a little bit there and turn himself around, so I think he would have had a shot at it, if it had been a foot this way, or toward him a little bit more. As we're seeing Yanni, Cornish, and Brown come in, or Hornell. It's David Brown as another kick. Goalkeeper's he's right there on Caldwell. One thing on a day like this, you want to definitely maybe have a banana. Of course, you need to have a banana, they say, the night before a game, a couple bananas, a lot of potassium. And then, of course, drink right when you get up in the morning, start just hydrating. Oh, a kick by Countryman is going to be sent out. Good try that time. Kane Countryman. Stop in, bring your cans and bottles into Main Street Redemption. 286 Main Street in Hornell. Used to be the old Radio Shack, if you guys remember. I think it closed about 15 years ago, maybe. Center. Head by Countryman. And it's going to go out of bounds. So yeah, it's been Main Street Redemption pretty much ever since. It sat empty for a little while. Comes to the near side, it's going to be out. Countryman. Countryman has that deceptive speed. Centers it, gets it to Cornish. Wellsville with control. At number 11 is Brandon Weich. West, W-E-S-C-H-E, his last name is. West. Countryman, good save. Swing and a miss. Still in there. Cole Yanni had a chance. Finally cleared out of there, but Rose, I think Rose tried to get it over to Kuhn, but sent up quickly ahead by the Wellsville player. That's number 14, Jacob Breyerman. It's going to find its way. And they got two ball boys on that side, none on this side. Like I said, my solution was take the modified, I think there is modified soccer, have them rotate. A couple kids should be, 4 kids rotate every other game, or every game, you know, just keep rotating them. Even if you pay them $5 each or $10. Okay, here we go. Like I talked about, get Aldrich a chance with the ball, and this time he was looking for runners to get position and didn't have any, so he had to slow down with the ball, and then it's Hornell 0-0 on the John and Dagan scoreboard. I'd like to thank Tim Roselle and Bill Poulos at Poulos and Roselle in Hornell. Offices in the Crossroads Professional Building. Call 324-7333. Easy number to remember. Attorneys at law, Poulos and Roselle. Good fight. See, they got Aldrich up now, up top. Great move by Coach Tobin. Centers it. You can see that. Perfect center that time. I'm excited now. I thought that, and you know, what a great move that would be to bring Aldrich in. Of course, now he's going back on D, and you want to. And they switched it a little bit. They brought number 16 Zach Thurston in for defense to free up. One thing, like we talked about, the heat here, it's a good idea because obviously the midfielders and the attackers run more, I think, than the defensemen. You know, the defensemen are waiting for all the action to head back to them, so they kind of stand around. And that's a good way to switch and keep guys fresh, is bring your defensemen up in an attack or midfield position. I know I actually sound like I know what I'm talking about. I never played soccer, but it kind of makes every game obviously has. See, and there's a good substitution. Hornell starters are coming back in. You got Matt Smith. We got Stutzman, we got Carson, McNellis, and Henrique Bolas. 12:20 left on the clock. Up forward, McNellis. McNellis is fighting. Good job that time, Henrique. Sent up. Finally, good job by Cornish. A lot of talent on this Hornell team. A lot of talent on Wellsville too as well. There's not really one player that I see come in, or that I wouldn't say obviously that I would think they should take out that doesn't belong on the field. Every player out there works hard, and that time Rose tried to dance with it a little bit. Good recovery, Colin, that time. Number 1, Skylar Klein. So Colin Rose able to, like I said, it's just like in basketball, in any sport, you don't want to hang on to the ball too long because that makes the defender get closer to you, and that's exactly what happened. Klein was able to steal the ball away from Rose, and Rose made a great recovery, and that's exactly how you play the game. You don't want to give up and pout. Center. Knocked away by the hands of O'Connor. The only one that can touch the ball with their hands is the goalkeeper. So he came up and batted away like the Hulk would. In fact, he's in green. They wear those mittens, and it looked like the mittens, those toy Hulk gloves you can buy at Kmart or whatever. Wellsville working it around. Up front, O'Connor's going to close the gap, and good job, Max. And we got a guy down here. Number 2. That's that Alex Ordway. Oh, I think he got hit in the center position there. Shake it off, no pun intended. Wyan Chiropractic at 20 Park Drive in Hornell. Stop in and see Dr. John Wyan and Dr. Joseph McKay. Get well and stay well with a visit to Wyan Chiropractic. Oh my goodness, what were you thinking? I don't know who that was. If it was Stutzman or whatever, I thought he tried to spin around or something, and the ball was almost freed up to the Wellsville player that time. That, I think you just got to kick it immediately. Don't wait, don't try to do anything fancy down by the goal like that. But he's in that position. He sees something different than I am, but as people are just walking. Oh, we stopped the clock for some reason. Oh, they're talking, maybe an argument here. I didn't see who was it. It looks it's Colby Griffith being talked to. No, he didn't get a yellow card though. He's substituting in for Hornell is number 9, Seth Wynant. He's checking in for Countryman. Going to give Countryman a break here with just under 10 minutes left in the first half. It's so hot that the rubber pads and Velcro that hold together some of the system that I have, that hold the iPad that keeps the controls of the time and stuff like that, is sliding right off. It's melting the glue. So you can imagine what it's like on that field. So 9:36. Sometimes you wonder why the clock here and mine is stopped when there's play going on, is I'm either trying to catch up or let their clock catch up with mine, because I'm not hooked into the system here like NFL and stuff like that where it's exactly perfect. I have to keep it on through the computer here and the iPad. Actually, it's a Samsung, not an iPad, whatever it is. It's a Samsung Note, or whatever they call these things. Up front, Smith. Going to be cleared. Some more substitutions. Kuhn and Roselle check back in. Kuhn to inbounds. Here's side, here's Cornish. Cornish is going to advance it to Taylor Stutzman, who's going to try chasing it down. It's going to be Hornell's ball on the throw-in. Bolus. Yeah, be careful. Don't try to do any windmill kick when a guy's right next to you. It's going to be potentially dangerous. Good job by Wynett to get control of it, that then cleared out. Ooh, let him go. That's right. Why is he holding on to him? That should be on Wellsville. Wellsville guy hooked him. Well, you know, it was hard to see from up here exactly, but it looked like Trevor was trying to get away. Officials didn't see it. Now we're going to stop the time. Trevor's going to plead his case. Going to give a yellow card. On Griffith, and like I said, it looked like to me, and I was actually looking through the naked eye, not looking at the camera or the thing, it looked like he had hooked because, you know, Trevor's not controversial at all. You never see him getting mixed up in any kind of fighting or anything like that. And this is the second time we see Griffith get a little bit frustrated and having to be talked to by the officials. Not, you know, pointing him out as any kind of bad player or anything like that, a vindictive player, but just a little. Of course, it is hot out here today. Very good player, nonetheless, there for Wellsville. Hate to see him out of the game for a little bit. Coach is giving him a talk down there. Knows he plays hard. Good kid. He is a senior. Has 2 goals on the year and 3 assists. Countryman. Oh, across to Cornish, and Cornish couldn't grab it. It's going to go out of bounds. Again, if we're having any technical issues, I apologize. We're using a mobile hotspot here. We had an issue the last Hornell game. It seemed to be working earlier, but I just see some jumping on the screen. But the good thing is you can still hear my voice. That doesn't jump. And as a friendly reminder, if you don't like what I'm saying, you can always press the mute button on your computer or device. Countryman. Cornish. Boy, it's hot up here. Whew. Kelgon, take me away. Five minutes left here in the first half. Officials, I don't know what he's doing there. Talking to Bolus. Here we go. There it is! Was that Countryman? It was hard to tell, but I think it was. Yes, it was. Good job, Kane. Beautiful set that time by Henrique Bolas. Wow, I mean, you couldn't get better than that. That was beautiful. Just a beautiful play. Time for an ad. Marino's Restaurant on Loader Street in Hornell, fine dining at its best. Marino's Restaurant on Loader Street in Hornell, open 6 days a week until 10 p.m. The bar is open. I should mention that on high school sports, but open till 1. Closed Sundays. Up front this time. Oh, and Aldrich, is he going to be able to recover? And that time I was surprised. I'm not sure who Klein was trying to get it to that time. He centered it, but there was only 3 Hornell players there. Speaking of Marinos, if you ever want to have great artichoke French, it's on their appetizer menu. I ended up getting a spicy ranchero chicken sandwich the last time I was there and forgot about the artichokes until I'd already eaten. Nothing on the John N. Dagan scoreboard. Again, Bob Peischer broadcasting from the Maple City Dodge broadcast booth from Maple City Park. A hot Maple City Park today. Like I said, I'd like to know what the temperatures on the field are. It's got to be in the 90s or close to 100 because it's 80 degrees out. Air temperature. Out. Aldrich clears it. Sean Whitehouse was back for Wellsville. Whitehouse is a name I've always heard from the Wellsville area. I don't know. Looked like he was going to just set it up for a kick. Up front, Cornish. And Caldwell's there to snatch it a little bit too hard that time. I think that was Rose that sent that, but good placement. Calling for a handball there. I didn't see it. Looked like it was clean. It just happened to kick back into his chest or his face. Good steal by Rose. Now he sends it up. Countryman is there. Oh, and I think he could have taken his time a little bit. I don't know, he sees what's going on. I don't know if there could have been an offside situation with the players, but no, he couldn't have been. I guess I have to study up on the offsides. I always thought too bad they do have offsides. You can just plant people down there, but I mean, what's the harm? I guess it would make it more difficult for the goalkeeper because you'd have players standing right in front of them the whole time, but same thing with offsides in hockey. Matt Smith with the screen. Sends over to the far side. It's going to go out with 33 seconds left here in the first half. Some bumping going on. And just wide left that time. That was number 1, Skylar Klein. And that's going to do it for the first half. Hornell up 1-0 on the John N. Dagan scoreboard. Stick around, we'll be back with second half action after this break. And some shots of our sponsors.
Read our reviews on our Facebook site and see why you should buy your next vehicle from us here at Maple City Dodge.
I'm so excited. I got my first new car here at Maple City Dodge. The sales staff here at Maple City Dodge is amazing. I'll definitely be back.
I test drove a lot of trucks, Chevy and Ford, came to Maple City Dodge, was much happier with the Dodge. They gave me the best deal.
It's worth the drive to Maple City Dodge because we have the best sales and service, and we'll prove it.
Okay, welcome back. Second half just about to get underway. I'd like to say hi to Julia O'Connor, watching from Penyon, the windmill up in Penyon. Her son's in goal here for Hornell. But when you gotta work, you gotta work. And Dan Stutzman down in Virginia. Hi, Lisa McLear watching on Facebook Live. Hornell up 1-0 on the John N. Dagan scoreboard. Again, I'm Bob Pleischer, broadcasting from the Maple City Dodge broadcast booth. Believe me, I say that in my sleep because of all the things I televise now and have televised over the years that Maple City Dodge has sponsored. Jocelyn Acor let me know that the ball boy is Logan Acor. Sorry, I shouldn't be reading. I should be paying attention more to the game. Don't want you to miss a goal. Nice save by Stutzman. Sends it back. There's a kick up. Head to the center. Nobody there for Hornell. It's going to be a Hornell throw-in. Nice fight by Rose, and Rose is going to get called for tripping. Head by Rose to the center. Bolus is there. Finally, Countryman's going to corral it. And watch this. Look at the speed. Kane. Countryman with a shot, but good stop by Caldwell. And Stutzman says she's watching from the University of Richmond University in the Atlantic 10. She's going back to school. She has so much class, I didn't think she needed anymore. There's a header that time by Countryman, no good. It's going to be wide right anyways, but tracking it down was Caldwell. Up. Back in D is McNellis, but it's going to be Aldrich. He's going to send it down, headed by Smith. Finally cleared out of there. Up forward this time is Bolus. A little maneuver. And finally cleared out that time. Good play by the defenseman. That's number 13. Sean Whitehouse for Wellsville. Guess it's going to be a corner kick. Hornell's playing a little too far that time. You know, it's one of those things. I don't. You know, it's. Whoops. McNellis. Good play, Will. I thought it might have been called on Will, but they say no harm, no foul. And over the back. Beautiful, hot Saturday afternoon. Victor Vega tells me one of the other ball boys is Matthew McKee. Shout out to those two young gentlemen. And you can see him on the far side right there walking around. Up front, Countryman gets it over to Stutzman. Oh, and that's going to be a no takedown, I guess. Countryman, oh, Countryman! Just a little high, but that's where you got to aim it. Going top shelf, but isn't that what Rick Jenner said? Going top shelf where Grandma hid the cookies. Hid the cookie jar. Defense has got to close in. Good job by Hornell. Now they're going to stop play like they always do and back them up 10 yards. There we go. Nobody knows what's going on there. And a wide right. Get a shot of Max for his mother, who's watching from Penn. Got to be hot in those gloves. Oof. First thing I would have done at halftime is soak them in ice water. I don't know if that's good or bad, but. Up front, cleared out by Carson. Rose. No call there. Countryman kicks it up. Bolus, Countryman has it. Slide kick that time. Hurt himself doing that. You can see him grabbing his hip. It was a funny story of talking about just artificial turf that the New England Patriots decided to rip. They had 2 weeks away, so they decided to rip up their natural turf field they just had installed. Or not natural turf, artificial turf field. It's like this, but the players said it was too soft, it was causing injuries. They said it wasn't the reason that made them lose the opening game at home, but they did it nonetheless. I think they're replacing it with the same thing, obviously, because it's a big deal. You got drainage and concrete underneath there, or blacktop, so it's not like you can just rip up the whole thing and all of a sudden put grass in. I guess you could, but to buy turf. I would think of it being too soft, you could easily just add more sand to it, you know? Vacuum some of the rubber up and add sand to it to make it a little harder, but I'm sure they had experts look at it. Look at Tommy Kuhn fighting. Good job, Tommy. Centers, and then cleared out that time. Aldrich. Oh, had a chance there, and ball's gonna go out. Subbing in is Wine for Hornell. Again, if there's any issues with the picture, I apologize. Hopefully it's coming in crystal clear for everybody. Didn't have any problems last night for football, but we did for Thursday's home game here against Bath. Boys soccer was jumping all over the place using these mobile hot spots. You rely on what kind of service you're getting from the tower, and we only had two to three bars sometimes. Today I see we have 4 and 5 bars, which it should be. And I blame the rain. I've used internet and stuff like this all the time. Every time it seems to get, you know, moist and cloudy and stuff like that. I could be totally wrong. I've never done any research on it, but it seems to make your cell phone a little slower. Well, it did the other night too, because it had just rained heavy and had some low-lying clouds. As Will McNellis inbounds. And don't forget, missing today's game is number 2, Freeland, who, a good note, if you watch the last game, this game, he ended up spraining his ankle. Instead, we thought it might have been something more severe, but sprained ankle. I see him walking around from halftime, seemed to be walking fine. What was that? The guy's trying to throw it in. Nice little play. Wellsville's got a little guy, number 2 as well. Ooh, gotta be careful there. As Kuhn steals that one away. Sends it up to Countrymen, and then it's gonna be cleared out. That number 2 is Alex Ordaway, a 9th grader. He's got 2 goals this year and 1 assist, so good for him. I'm surprised they don't call that, but it's already. Rose got a little feisty, and they are going to bring it back. I think they have to wait. Maybe it's a delayed penalty, just like hockey. Yeah, you want to wait. I think it was, since the ball is still in their favor, I think that's why they called that. You don't want to, you know, have him kick that ball to an advantage of their team, to a player on his own team, and then have them blow the whistle because the guy got knocked down. You're like, don't call that. So I think that's why they waited, because the ball was going in the right direction.
Yes, hello. Hi. I received a letter today from Workman's.
You did your homework. You knew who to call, and you could tell right away you were in good hands. They told you exactly how things would go, and they were right every step of the way. No surprises is a good thing. You got the results you deserve, and you're thankful for the professionals fighting on your side. Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
Countryman, nice little head to keep it down. Tried to get it over here to Wynant. Still remains Hornell's ball, which is good. And what was the call there? Illegal throw-in? I guess so. Yep. Yeah, there's a science to throwing in the ball. I guess it's got the ball has to have a reverse spin if I'm not mistaken, and you have to drag your back foot, I think, too. It was number 17, comes up a little lame. That's Pacey Scott, senior. It's tough when knees bang, and that's what it looks like. He hit his possible knee. You don't want anyone injured. He's grimacing. It's just, anyone that gets hit on the kneecap, it's painful. I had the unfortunate of breaking my kneecap, and I've had 4 surgeries. So it's not fun. I did not damage any tendons or anything, which was good. Although the wire they put in my kneecap broke and drifted through the joint. That's why I had to have another surgery. Doctors have never seen that before. You know when a doctor says, calls his partners over to take a look at this, you know you're in trouble. Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys. Thank you, Greg Connors, Hornell graduate of 1988, for sponsoring Peisch Sports, bringing you Hornell Red Raiders sports. Connors and Ferris, offices in Buffalo and Rochester. See them advertise on Buffalo Sabres broadcast, Buffalo Bills broadcast. Very big supporter on the board of directors for, I think he might be president of the board of directors for Alfred University. So very active and giving back. Corner. A little too far out. It's going to be another corner kick for Hornell. I'd like to thank Maple City Dodge. Stop up and see the new 2018s at Maple City Dodge, corners of Airport and Seneca Roads. Goes Alex Ordway with the ball. Good little player here. Up front. Oh, not going to be able to get it. Oh, the slide tackle. Give some credit again to our ball boys. They're there over there, paying attention. One of them's a Ponicello, though. I had 2 names, but I see one's a Ponicello. Countryman. Trying to fool. You don't want to wait for the defense. Rose. Nice little play that time. Way to give it up, Kane. We're now holding on to a 1-0 lead here with a little over 23 minutes left here in the game. Time given, I'm going to stream the girls' JV game today. It's 20 minutes after this game ends. Uh-oh. And wide right. I only have a 4-hour window total that should be able to cover it of streaming live if they cut it off after that. call takedown right there. Taken down. Have another game scheduled for Monday. It's a girls' game here live. Oops. That time Caldwell came out a little too far in goal. And Colin Rose had a chance. I think Wynant was in there as well. Up front here, Thurston tracks it down. It's going to go out, though. Nothingham Realtors is now Howard Hanna. Give Rhonda Wilson a call at 382-4539. Howard Hanna with offices next to Burger King there in the old Landman building. Of course, John N. Dagan. Thanks, John, for all your support of Red Raider Sports. John N. Dagan. Offices on the corner of Church and Genesee Street, where the old Universitalian Church used to be years ago. They tore it down when the Ryan Agency built the building that now houses Dagan's, if everyone remembers that. And, of course, across the street from then was Kentucky Fried Chicken when Hornell had a Kentucky Fried Chicken. And it became Kenny's. I think it was Kenny's Fried Chicken. Now it's the offices of Piccolo, doctor's offices, and nice kick by Aldrich. Bolus. That can't be offsides, I wouldn't think, would it? The ball was in front of. I guess it is. I don't know. I guess I have to read my rules. Read the rules. I don't have any rules, but you can see they're hydrating really quick. Throwing in some water from the sidelines. That's a good job. It's so important. I'm surprised they don't have the rule here in soccer as they do in football. If you request, football players have the pads and stuff on, but remember in a hot game they would take a break every 20 minutes or so of game time, of actual time, and give the kids a water break, basically like a timeout, and they would do it 3 or 4 times during the game, which is a good idea because you don't want to see anyone have any kind of health issues because of this. So parents, make sure your kids are hydrating. Have a banana at night, something with potassium before bed. Here we go. The legs get tied up. Trevor's. Oh, they're going to call. Oh, not a yellow card on Trevor. I just said what a good kid he was. I take it back. Apparently he said something to the official. Main Street Redemption and the end of Main Street, 286 Main Street to be exact. Main Street Redemption. Get your cans and bottles into Main Street Redemption. They're going to make Hornell move back. Maybe not. Yep, he's saying it. Keep going, keep going. And O'Connor, beautiful job. Knocks that away. Good job, Maxon. Like I said, look at the big gloves he's got. Looks like those gloves, Incredible Hulk ones you buy at. It's going to give them a corner kick opportunity, but that was a great play by Max O'Connor. Centers. Uh-oh. Oh, finally trickles out and cleared out of there. Beautiful play by, is that Aldrich back then there? Yeah, he got back in. It's going to be another corner kick, but it's better than letting that ball bounce around in there. So beautiful job. Aldrich coming back from his 2-second suspension. Not where you want to kick that. Way out, too far from anything as Stutzman clears it. Over to the near side, Stutzman. Watch out for Alex there. Ordway. Center. Countryman.
Come on, Casey! Stay with it, Pace.
Countryman. And Caldwell snags it. See the good moves that Countryman has. And that was his best decision there. He saw that he really didn't have a pass off to anybody, because the last couple games I've complained a little bit that he's kept the ball a little too long when he's had opportunities, to pass it to reverse it to the other side and stuff like that, and he tries to dance around too much. But this game he's been stellar, just playing perfect soccer. Or football, as they call it in every other country. Ooh, that's dangerous. Sometimes you see ricocheted off and went back. It's going to be a Hornell corner kick. My ads won't play anymore. I don't know if because the sun is on this pad or not. And there it goes! Off the head of Rose! Beautiful set that time by Stutzman. Colin Rose. Good for Colin. Good for Hornell as they go up 2-0. Stutzman gets the assist. A beautiful set that time. It's a fine line of where that ball has to be, and Stutzman played it perfectly. Rose was in the perfect position, as you see, and Hornell. Yeah, for some reason I can't stop the clock now. I apologize. I think my iPad has overheated. So it is 2-0. I can't update the score. I apologize. Let's see if it'll work yet. I might as well just follow the action. I apologize. I'm trying to get this thing to work again. Uh-oh. Somehow I lost power. So I've lost my live stream. I apologize. We'll get her back in motion here shortly. Front. So having troubles here. I lost my internet connection, actually cut off from Facebook Live, so I apologize to everyone watching. On replay, Hornell up 2-0. .12:21 left here. Gonna see if I can reconnect my scoreboard. This is the first time. I don't know if the heat caused this or not, but we lost everything, the connection. I don't know if the iPad shut down or the whatever, but I apologize. Hornell up 2-0 with 11 minutes left here. Kuhn to inbounds. We're back online with our, it's the first time this has ever happened, including the basketball and everything I've done with this computer and set up. I've never seen it shut down like this. I tell you, the iPad is very warm, so it could be an issue. And so isn't the hotspot. Wow, it's burning up. Sorry about that for those that have to watch this on replay. So 10:03 left here. Hornell up 2-0 on the John N. Dagan scoreboard. With technology, there comes problems too, unfortunately. Ooh. Guess you can't run over the defender. Hope he's all right. Taking a beating there. The Again, that's number 17, Pacey Scott. Time and easy stop. Ooh, handball. They didn't call handball there. It's cleared. Another collision. Uh-oh. Pacey is still... Max O'Connor's going to get it. So we're going to stop the clock. For an injury check. Corner kick. Gonna be too far. Stutzman, ooh, goes flying. Nice send in, Stutzman. Oh no, that was Aldrich. Oops. Sorry, I keep missing some of the action. I'm trying to get back on Facebook Live, but I can't right this second. Too hard when all the action's going on. I'm the only person up here as this ball's going to find its way out of bounds. 100% went in that time. Hornell trying to keep the ball away, but playing keep away if they have an opportunity. They're going to try scoring. Cloud cover is set in. Cornish gets it to Bolus. Head by Rose. Again, 2-0 on the John and Dagan scoreboard. Colin. A little over a minute and a half left. Wynett checking in for Hornell. Coming in for Cornish, another great game by Ian Cornish. Poulos and Roselle, thanks Tim and Bill Poulos of Poulos and Roselle. Ooh. That's not good. Looks like Tommy Kuhn is down. You hate to see this with less than a minute left in the game, an injury. Oh. I think he rolled his ankle. Hopefully he'll be all right. Wyan Chiropractic. Stop and see Dr. John Wyan and Dr. Joseph McKay at Wyan Chiropractic, 20 Park Drive in Hornell. As Tommy Kuhn gets up, that's a good sign. Hornell Erie Federal Credit Union. Thanks Marty Piccolo and the staff at Hornell Erie Federal Credit Union. I had my first car loan there when I was 18 or 19. I can't remember exactly, but stop in and see him. Of course, Marino's Restaurant, fine dining at its best. Marino's Restaurant, 110 Loader Street in Hornell. Used to be the Coffee Cup Restaurant, if you remember, years ago when the Erie Railroad was around. I remember going there as a kid. Then it came, I think it became Chicory Station, and then obviously Marino's. But if you remember the Coffee Cup, that was a great place. It was actually owned by my great uncle, Soldado. So we got 39 seconds left here. Ooh, tries to set it up front. No good that time. chance they're going to give it to. Max. Down to 10 seconds. And no sense in even doing anything. And that's going to be the final. Apologize for those of you that were able to end it with like 15 minutes left in the game. It ended on YouTube or on Facebook. We lost our stream. And it was an error up here of some sort because I could tell because my iPad went off too, and iPad has nothing to do with the live stream. So, okay, I'm Bob Peisch. Thanks for being with us. Another Peisch Sports presentation of Red Raider Sports.